I feel very welcome in Norway. People are very welcoming. I feel like it's my home. Hey, yeah, I can ta vanlig. Yeah. I like the weather. I like the snow. I like the cold. I like the darkness. I like the northern lights. As far as Viking, you know, I'm a black Viking. Tur fisk, dried fish, upon first try is not very good. But you just have to give it time. I sat in a prison cell, 6x9 cell for 5 years of my life. I wanted to see the world too. I just bet on myself and went for it all. My name is Robert E. Yarber. I'm 41 years old. I'm a bartender, bar manager in Tromsø, Norway, which is 220 miles above the Arctic Circle.
Well, this ought to be fun. Yeah, I've always wanted to check out Norway, but I don't know if I could live there. Could you do it? Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, let's just check this out.
Obviously, the natural beauty of Norway is unmatched. A lot of people think that's crazy. You know, oh, but it's so cold, you would never go there for the weather. I went there for the weather. I wanted to live in the cold. I wanted to live in the north. I'm Jon Snow. The north remembers. I'm a bar manager. I'm at Havblik Hotel. It's a hotel and cafe. It's a really nice bar. It just looks very regal when you come in. A typical day in my life looks like going to work. I try to stay in shape, go to the gym. I meet friends, you know, it might be go to a cafe, have a chai latte. If people are visiting, my family might be in town, I might do some touristy things. Urge. It was actually made by Coca-Cola for Norway. And then in the States, they called it Surge. Very popular.
I remember Surge, popular 90s drink. Used to drink it as a kid. Yeah, this is cool. I'm not mad at this at all. Let's check it out.
In Norway. Tromsø is also known as the Paris of the North. It's becoming more and more a tourist town. You have foreigners, you have tourists, you have the University of Tromsø, so you have students. You know, there's a McDonald's here, the world's northernmost McDonald's. Being so far above the Arctic Circle, it gets very cold in Tromsø. We have 24-hour sunlight, the midnight sun in the summer. We have the polar night in the winter. We have the northern lights in the winter from September to March. The cold, it could be -10, -15, -20. But you know, as they say in Norwegian, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. Hej, jeg heter Robert. Velkommen til mitt hjem. Kom. My rent is 9,900 kroner a month. It's roughly around $1,000 a month. I pay more of a premium in order to have my own place. As a result, I don't always have a ton of extra money to spend. This is my home. It's very cozy. This is my cozy kitchen. One of the cool things about Norway is Scandinavian architecture. It always seems to maximize your space and give you the most of what you have. So then we have my bedroom, which is not very big, but it's big enough for me. I'm actually not quite sure how they got the bed in there. It probably can never come out. So this is my bathroom. One cool thing is that I never lived in a house with heated bathroom floors until Norway. This is very standard in Norway. I make roughly 260 Norwegian kroner an hour, which is about $26 in the US. My work-life balance in Norway versus America is a lot different. My typical work hours per week are around 35. Your work schedule legally has to be out 2 weeks in advance, and it cannot be changed for you or against you without your consent and permission. That's really freeing. It's something I'm not used to. In America, I'm used to schedule comes out Sunday for Monday. The one thing I miss about living in the US is cash money tips. I make less money overall, but I make more consistent money. In Norway, you get paid once a month. Tips aren't really a thing. You do make a living wage, no issues there. It took a lot of money management training to figure out how to get paid once a month and to be able to pay all my bills and to still have food and money.
This is why it's so important to travel if you can do it. I think everyone should do it at some point in their life. Now, it's crazy talk about traveling in this current economy, but outside of that, really make it a priority to try and get outside of yourself and put yourself in different situations because you never know. The world is your oyster and it's huge. You might like find a place somewhere that you want to go see. I remember I didn't really travel much until I hit about 30 is when I really started to explore a little bit more. And, just the way it worked out, didn't have a lot of extra money and I did it. Saw a lot of cool places and It's something I want to do a lot more. Having kids, not makes it hard, but it is more expensive. But you get to see so much of the world, and you realize how other people do things, and it really expands your horizon and your mind. Like, there's more than one way to do things, and I know at some point, although I love America and stuff like that, I would love to live abroad just for a while, try it out. Um, I'm really big on, I want my kids to learn other languages and things like that, and really venture out and experience the world because, like I said, some of the most interesting people that you'll ever meet, people who travel and people who are well traveled, they just have a unique perspective on life and things, and you know, they're just very interesting people. I always say some of the most fascinating people that you will ever meet are usually at the airport. Um, just because you get to meet so many different people, and you know, living in Atlanta, one of the busiest airports in the world, if you ever have the time to talk to someone, you meet some really cool people from all over the world. That makes you Atlanta unique because it is kind of a global city. It's one of the most diverse cities in the South. And this isn't a plug for Atlanta, but that's one of the cool things about living here. Ever since the Olympics, it put Atlanta on the map, and it has become such a diverse city. Um, but this isn't about Atlanta at all. I'm just saying, like, make sure you guys travel. Like, even growing up on the West Coast and now living in Atlanta, I realized even doing that is really stretched my, going from the Bay Area, Portland to Atlanta, it's really stretched my, just my way of thinking, you know? And I think it's a great thing that, you should really, really, really try and do. And I think everyone wants to do it, but you do it, you prioritize, don't have a car payment, try to pay off your debt and make travel a part of your life. I know I'm on hold right now because I'm taking care of some stuff too, but that's something I enjoy do. Neither here nor there. I'm just really fascinated by this person because he took the leap and tried something new. I think that's great. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment and share. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Coming to the end of the month, I pay, 32 to 34% taxes, as does everybody else. And depending on how much money you make, you could pay up to 50% taxes. But that tax money goes to work by paying for surgeries when you need it, paying for medication, paying for rides to the hospital and back, sick leave. It just shows that it's a country that really cares about its people and isn't trying to use everything to make money. Sometimes services are required and those services just require money. Everything doesn't need to earn money back, if that makes sense. I don't have any savings. I'm kind of a live by the moment guy. I should be having a savings, and maybe it's this trauma from being in prison for so long and just wanting to see the world. I've now traveled to 44 countries. I spend my money on traveling. If I got extra money, I'm traveling. I just want to see the world. I grew up wanting to be the next player in the NFL, and I had my first knee surgery my junior year of high school, my second knee surgery on the same knee about 18 months later, my freshman year of college. And the football dreams faded away. There's fisticuffs happening, and I managed to get out of the house. I make it to the car, I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I could get in the car and drive away. This is my best friend at the time, it's my roommate, and he's still in there all by himself with nobody to help him. So I open up my trunk, I'm in co-ed softball league. I got 2 baseball bats. My 21-year-old mind is like, you know what? I'm gonna grab both of these baseball bats, I'm gonna run in this house, I'm gonna save him, I'm gonna be the hero. They called the cops on us, then I went to prison. I went to the Oregon State Penitentiary, which is the only maximum security prison in the state of Oregon. I did 4 years there. When I got out and I was trying to get a job, I couldn't get a job. So I tried for all the jobs I wanted to get, couldn't get those.
Dang.
Tried for all the jobs I didn't want, couldn't get those. And then I ended up selling cocaine for a couple years. Then I get caught up again for that. Now I'm getting delivery of cocaine, possession of cocaine. And the judge, she gave me 18 months, which with good time was 14 months. I got out for the last time in March of 2014, and that's the very last time I've ever been in trouble. I told myself, and I did, I would never sell drugs again. That's a losing game. I definitely was scared straight. I had been in the service industry ever since I had my second knee surgery, dishwashing, hosting, serving, bartending. And so that's pretty much what I was doing. I was in a relationship and I had promised her that I would take her to Norway. We broke up and I figured, you know what? I did a lot of research about this place. I don't have no real reason to stay here. I'm gonna go. I sat in a 6x9 cell for 5 years of my life. It felt like a lot of life had passed me by. I wanted to see Paris, London, Berlin, and swim in the Mediterranean, check out the Dead Sea. I wanted to see all that stuff with my eyes. I didn't want to watch it on TV. I wanted to see it in person. To get a skilled worker visa,
I commend him. I really do. You know, you don't hear too many of these stories, and not that they don't exist, you just don't hear them very often. Um, and for him to turn his life around, and sounds like he's a good guy. Just had a couple moments of impulsion and trying to survive, and had to be scrappy, but he figured it out. And hats off to him. I really like to hear that.
in Norway, you have to show that you have skills. And it's very difficult to get one as a bartender. I went to European bartender school, I took their course, I did a whole bunch of different courses, and I had a lot of certifications from the best #1 bartender school in the whole world to show that I was very skilled at what I do. I'm preparing to take my Norskprøve, which is the Norwegian language test and social studies test so that I can become a permanent resident. I live in Norway. I'm committed to one day speaking everything in Norwegian. Living in Norway long term is the ultimate goal. When I came here, I wanted to become a permanent resident. I wanted to become a citizen. That's always been the goal, to be able to have the next line of my family be half Norwegian citizens, half American citizens, to give them the luxury and freedom to be able to travel and work all over the United States and its territories and all over Europe. I would like to get my Norwegian driver's license, so I would be able to drive all around Europe. So that's a goal. Other than that, I guess I would like to buy a flat one day, maybe 20% down. So, I need to start saving.
Ladies and gentlemen, travel, see the world. I think that's a beautiful story. And hats off to him. He's figuring it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share. All right, you guys. Take care.